Hey guys, it's Pingu here with part 20 of the Dwarf Fortress tutorial. Now, my voice is almost completely gone. It's really starting to hurt, but this is probably the most important tutorial, and it's for new players and old alike, especially the old players, because this is one of the new things they added to the game. And you might not know about Burrows, but when we have these siege weapons here, they become vital. Especially, and now that we've got these thieves starting to get really annoying. We want to put some archers on the walls to defend our forts. Fort. There's no plural there. So burrows are, kind of think of them as restricted areas, although it's not restricting the areas, it's actually making them available. So hit W for burrows, and then A to add a new burrow. Now this burrow one, hit enter to select it, and now we can name it. So we're going to name this one Battlements. You can change the icon and the color on this thing with these controls. I'm not even going to worry about that. It's very superficial. But I'm going to make it battlements. I don't know. We could even select this whole area. They won't be able to climb on the invisible floor, and it will also work later. See, I don't have floors here, but I can make floors at any time. That will count as battlements. It's pre-selected. So I'm just going to hit escape and add a new battlement. I'm going to go down here and add another one. So this is going to be for our swords dwarfs, while the battlements one was up there for our archers. Now I don't want our swords dwarfs to get anywhere near that ballista, except maybe at the back of it, because it doesn't fire out that part, fortunately. So they are now able to patrol this area and kill anybody that might be trying to climb up the ramps, but stay out of the fire of the ballista, because I don't want them to get shot. I'm gonna name this fort or something. It doesn't matter again. You can name it whatever creative thing you want. So that's the military out of the way. I'm gonna make some more burrows, just because I've got this complicated little thing going on. I'm going to set this one for the civilians, so when there's actually a siege or something, the civilians will be able to occupy this this ballista, but nothing else in here. I don't want them wandering too far out and just getting mowed down if our walls get breached. And name this civilian fort. We're almost done. We have we'll just make one more big one. We can even break it down because we have this ballista here, so I can break it down into it's safer. The walls and the fortress has been breached, but I'm just going to make one big inside burrow. So this is saying where the dwarfs are allowed to be during a siege or something, and it's effectively everything underground, including the trade depot. And I'm just purposely not selecting the moats because I'm sure some idiot dwarf or idiot fisherman will run out and purposely jump in the water thinking it's a safe spot, because I've assigned it, and I don't want that idiot to do that. Because if they're out fishing or something and you set an alert to say they need to be in this burrow, they will drop everything and try and get into a safe area, the closest safe area they can. So sometimes that can be in a not quite a desirable location. The only problem with this is you need to select everything. There might be a way around it. I think you can actually select multiple Z levels as well. Yeah, you can. So rather than doing that individually, I could have just selected the start of one Z level and gone down and hit the corner of another, but then I wouldn't. Then I would select some of these aquifers, and again, I don't want that fisherman just trying to swim to get to a safe area. I'm sure he will. I'm going to name this inside, and just like that, we have burrows done. Awesome. Burrows are just defining areas, and just make sure you keep them up to date when you expand or do whatever, because they will have repercussions. There will be repercussions if they are not properly maintained. Looks like I don't have any axes. They really should be cutting. Somebody should be able to cut by now, but I don't know what those. Oh, there's a woodcutter. I don't know what he's doing. This goddamn thief. Okay, we need to do this right now. In order to use these burrows, you go to the military menu, M, and I've set up this archery spot. You can add more guys to it if you want. They're actually, if I look at them downstairs, and they have been using this training facility that I've set up for them. But we are going to specify which burrows are which with the alerts menu. So hit M and hit A. For alerts now, there are 2 alerts by default. These are not the only alerts. You can make your own custom ones, but there's just inactive and active training. So we have our soldiers actively training and civilians inactive. Theoretically, we could even combine the two and delete one of these, but we're gonna keep it. We're gonna make a new alert if there is a warning. So we can name this. Just hit C to add alert, and then capital N the name. Lowercase n would take you to uniforms, but capital N, it's a name alert. We're gonna call this warning. So we will do this alert if there is something if think there might be an attack, like a caravan just came into town, and because a lot of times ambushes follow behind them. You can even have warning be the default state, or do some sort of variation so you always have archers on your towers. I'm just gonna have one warning for now. Now that I've created it, I can assign Burrows to it. These are the civilian Burrows, by the way. So if I'm in the warning state, I only want my civilians to be, I don't know, let's keep them in the fort. And let's keep them inside. But we don't want them on the... Actually, they could be on battlements too. We could also select civilian fort, but fort covers that. The military fort, I said, but so they're allowed pretty much everywhere inside our walls except in the line of the ballista, is what this does. Now, if you don't select any burrows, it will say everything is allowed by default, so everywhere on the map, but if you just assign just one, like say I just assign inside, they won't be allowed anywhere else but inside. And then it kind of adds as you assign more. I'm going to add another alert, and this is going to be called Siege. And I'm going to set civilian fort and inside. So now they're not allowed fort or battlements anymore. So it's our soldiers out there. This is when you know there's an attack, and you're not even allowed to letting them farm up there anymore. But you are letting them operate the ballista. So this is just for civilians. If we ever wanted to change the alert, we just go down and hit enter on the actual alert, and it will change all them to a warning. Now anybody outside will instantly run back inside, or at least into a non-forbidden areas, and there'll be a lot of the spam here. They'll cancel their fishing or whatnot until the alert is dropped. So we can drop the alert going to inactive. But this is just for the civilians. If we want to actually do it for the military, we need to create a schedule. So hit M, and we want schedule, which is S. Now, this is just for the training, the active training alerts, I believe. And you can set them inactive or uniformed or whatnot, and sleeping room at will. We want to hit multiply the star button to change the alerts. Now this is, see, it's active schedule when the active training, we hit that and we change it now when they're warning or now when they're siege, so we can define what they do. You're allowed to define individually what they do every month, but we just want to give an order for this top month. Hit O to give order. And defend burrow is the default order, or we can make them patrol or station or train. We're going to defend it. And we're going to tell our archers, because we can do these schedules on a per unit basis. No, we can't do it on a per unit basis, but we can do it on a per alert basis. So we're just going to have this warning one be for our archers. We're going to make them defend battlements. And I actually don't know what these positions do. I can highlight them. Great. I guess these are just saying which of the units I can make them defend there. So I could select 3 of them to go up. Or I could use the plus and the minus keys down here like I usually do, and to say 3 soldiers minimum down there, so one of them could have a break or something. Shift enter to finish it, shift plus enter, and now we just have granite is just have that order, but you hit C to copy, and then P to paste, so I can paste the same order on all the months of the year. And if I quit out, I should do it for the other alerts and set that up. But I'm just going to set them to that warning state, so I go down to warning, hit right, and hit enter on their name. So now while the civilians are inactive, my squad is actually in warning. So you might want to have alerts for each branch, and now they're up in my my side there, and they will defend that burrow and shoot at anything they see. And that's it for this tutorial. That's burrows. You can do a lot of complicated stuff with them. Civilians will act against burrows, and you can even assign burrows to individual civilians. If you in the burrow menu, you can say C, add civilians to this burrow, so you can have civilians permanently up here if you want, and you can use that for great effect. And that is all. I will see you tomorrow when I make 21. 21.